Hey, let's do another truck rant. Sitting at the pharmacy, my wife got in a bit of a car accident, so I told her I'd pick her prescriptions up, and I got some time to kill because it doesn't open for another 10 minutes. So what's a boy to do? I'm going to sit here and watch stupid YouTube videos for 10-15 minutes while I'm waiting for the pharmacist to open up. And I'm watching what pops into my feed, none other than Cali-Muscle, Wes Watson, and Big Boy, the strength cartel. And I'm just listening to these clowns. I'm just listening to them, and I'm just thinking to myself, man, how does anybody fall for this crap? It just blows me away. So, first you got Cali-Muscle, who's lost all of his size and strength because he had a heart condition due to the abuse of PEDs.
All he has to say about his career and how it's not failing.
What's up with the guys? On my way to pick up my kids. But, I wanted to start talking to you guys, man, because, it's a lot of...
By the way, before I even get started, no disrespect to his kids. Man's got kids. Kudos to him. That's a dream.
demonic forces coming up against people that's trying to help people right now. And I just want to say...
Demonic forces? Are we being for fucking real? What?
He just lied to my face and said that he never claimed to be natural. And I was like, no, I know I've heard him say that. So I literally just did a search by myself, just hit the search bubble, Cali-Muscle, and brought up like 4 or 5 different videos from him a few years ago, screaming into the camera how everybody be hating because, they're claiming I'm on drugs and all this stuff, and I'm
ready. What y'all got to say now? Tell us something. Oh, he's on something, though. Oh, that's why his leg's big. I know. It's the top ramen of the tuna, motherfuckers. Go get you a case.
It's the top ramen of the tuna, motherfuckers. Go get you a case.
100%. He said he didn't even take creatine. Doesn't even take none of them powders. Like, first of all, whey protein is just a food. It's like saying I don't eat candy bars. I don't eat none of them candy bars or them cookies. I got big all natural. Like, shut up. Whey protein is food. It's just it's not even a supplement. I don't even get, well, okay, it's a supplement. You're supplementing fake food for real food. But whatever. I mean, there's nothing anabolic about whey protein. It's like the same thing as eating eggs or any other food substance. So, like, when people claim that they don't take none of them powders, it's like, okay, you don't make chocolate milk, whatever. Like, so I put that in the same category as like screaming beltless PRs. Out that left without a belt. Okay, great, good for you. I don't know, but the point being is he obviously not only claimed to be natural, but he was screaming it into the camera and vehemently denying the use of PEDs when it was clearly obvious that there was just nothing natural about him. There was no part of his physique that even approached natural. Now, you might say, well, Charles, you are also not natural. Like, what do you care? I really don't. You know what I mean? Like, but I've always been honest and transparent about what I'm doing, and I'm not trying to sell you anything. That's the other thing that pisses me off about these people. They are telling, like in his latest video, if you watch Cali-Muscle's latest video, he is telling young men that there's no excuse to be poor, that if you need to sign up right now and I'll get you started, and I'm thinking to myself, you're broke. Like let's see your finances. The only thing Cali-Muscle had going for him is he caught that YouTube wave when YouTube fitness was the Wild West and anybody that looked decent could get online and get millions of followers. It was entertaining times, back in the day. I missed it. I was watching those videos. You had like the Hodge twins, you had Cali-Muscle, you had that, who's that other guy? The names escape me, but for a while there, anybody that had an awesome physique and was pretty strong had a good following, you know, if they were mildly entertaining. And Cali-Muscle was mildly entertaining. Almost, what's the phrase the kids use these days? LOL cow, lol cow. He was entertaining in that aspect. Like, the guy couldn't string a declarative sentence together to save his life. But I never held that against him. I just figured, you know, that's like, whatever. That's just your level of education and your upbringing, you know, is going to determine your cadence and diction, if you will, the vernacular. Some people just have, what did Steve Martin say? Some people have a way with words. Other people not have way. You know, like, you either are one of those eloquent people who can, you know, string a beautiful sentence together, or you're not. But whatever, that doesn't really dictate your level of intelligence. We still understand what you're saying, and with him, it was neither. He sounded like a moron then, and he sounds even more dumb now. He's saying that he's older and wiser. Is he? I just watched this guy scam people out of... It just blew me away how people would just buy... I don't understand how people just buy these programs. When I was a young man, I needed guidance. I was homeless. I had no idea what I was doing. But we didn't really have the internet. That was like the early 90s when the internet was just starting to be a thing. I was born in the internet. And I did what anybody else would do. I was homeless and I wanted to get off the streets, so I joined the military. And they, while they didn't solve all my problems, they did teach me how to stay in the lanes, if you will. You know, how to structure my life and how to accomplish tasks. You know, the usual stuff. You get out of the military, you're going to at least know how to prepare a meal for yourself, if nothing else. But then, like anything else, I don't know. There's this generation. I don't know what happened where people are searching for mentors to help them fix their problems. And I'm happy to absolutely share any experience that I have that could help anybody. You know, if you're having problems lifting, I could probably help you with that. That's what I do. But I couldn't in a million years, in good conscience, think about charging for something that I didn't come up with. I have a trainer. You know, when I get ready to compete, I seek the assistance and the expertise of other people. In my program, I didn't design it. I didn't make it up. I kind of podged it together. It's like a combination of Mike Mentzer's HIT, and you got a little bit of Wendler's undulating periodization, and there's some conjugate in there. West Side Barbell. It's like we cherry-picked stuff that works and kind of honed it down to something that a guy that works construction full-time can do without a huge time dedication. I mean, like, but by no means is my program going to be the best thing you can run, but it's going to be efficient. It's going to be something that you can get in a half hour if you're a busy dude. That's all I'm selling, if anything, and I don't sell it. I just do what I do, or don't. You ask my advice, I'm going to give it to you. But what these guys are doing is they're packaging that into some, like, you know, they're presenting it as like some sort of arcane knowledge that only they have the secrets to. And I did a little investigating into what Wes Watson's training is, and it's just a pyramid scheme. His entire business model is just relying on you also getting clients so that you can filter money up to the top. And the physical training he does is just stupid prison workouts where he screams and belittles you and just tells you to work harder, and then at the end of it he blows you by saying how awesome you have a job you did. It's like, I could easily give you for free the same advice and just tell you to do a couple hundred push-ups a day, and then if you call me I can yell at you and say you're being a bitch, and please pay me $7,000 for that privilege. I don't know. Somebody asked me, like, well, why don't you sell a program? You do know how to program, you have access to it, and you can help tailor people, especially people that are just getting started. I'm like, yeah, but they can also look that shit up for free. You know what I mean? Like, all I'm doing, I'm just a shortcut. If anything, I'm just going to keep you from doing your own research, right? I'll tell you what I think. Like, hey, this is what I think will work for you. Like, go do the starting strength 5x5. I think that's a really good program for most beginners. Okay, I didn't write the starting strength 5x5, and there's other programs. That's just me giving you a shortcut, or maybe pointing you in a direction. I could help with diet, but I'm not a dietitian. I know how to count calories. I've gotten pretty good at controlling my own metabolism over the last 10 years. So for me, staying lean is fairly easy because I know my body. Does that mean I'm going to get you ripped? I don't know. I could give you advice on PEDs, but I'm not a doctor. I go to a doctor. You know what I mean? I seek the expertise of others. All I can do is pass on what works for me. Is that going to work for you? I don't know. We're all genetically different. Like, it would be grossly irresponsible of me to try to give advice in that arena when I don't have any expertise in it. I just tell you what works for me. One thing I definitely do have over most people that could be marketable, if anything, is coaching. Barbell coaching specifically. I'm actually legitimately, I would consider myself an expert when it comes to correcting form, things of that nature. But that's not programming. That's more just like those coaches that if you're going to go do Olympic lifting, those are the guys that'll get your, posture correct and your foot placement and the range of motion, ankle mobility, that kind of thing. But that's not the same thing as programming. That coaching is just like correcting issues. And that's something I do, and I enjoy doing it. And is that marketable? I don't know, maybe. The other thing is somebody suggested that I could start selling supplements because I have my own concoction that I make, and it's actually a pretty good one. It's like a little pre-workout that I chooch together. It's got things like L-citrulline, a vasodilator. It's got vitamin B3, which is also a vasodilator. It's got the arginine amino acids in it. It's got a couple others that are good for protein synthesis, and it's just something I mix together and I take. I guess there's these companies that manufacture supplements. They do small batches, and you can give them a formula, and they'll formulate it for you, and then you can sell that with your name on it. But they got to thinking, I'm like, but that's what every channel does. They get a few thousand followers, and then they all start peddling crappy supplements. And I can just tell you how I make it. I don't know, maybe down the line. I mean, I would. If it's something I use and something that works for me, I would endorse it. But if it's not something I use, it's something I don't know anything about, like tertkesterone, Greg Doucette, no, I absolutely would not market it. Like, Greg Doucette's another one. He is making millions of dollars a year off his supplement line. And God bless him, he's worked his butt off to get to where he's at. But every time I hear him peddling that stuff, it's like he just sounds like a snake oil salesman. All these guys do. The only guy that I feel is an exception to that is the Derek from More Plates, More Dates. I feel like he's put a lot of thought into his supplement line. But if you look at what his wheelhouse is, it's that. It's PEDs, what they do, what the side effects are. It's things of that nature. It's dissecting the supplement industry and breaking down the ingredients and explaining how they work and the biomechanics behind it. So it would make sense for him to put a product line together, and you would think that being his wheelhouse, that you could maybe trust that he's not trying to sell you garbage. And from all the reviews I've read, the Gorilla Mode stuff, it seems like a really good product. I don't know. That being said, it's like, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It seems like everybody that gets online is just, like, I would be a liar if I told you that I hope I'd make enough money off of YouTube to pay for my lifting. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money in equipment. It's a lot of money in doctor's bills. It's a lot of money for traveling. It's a lot of money. It costs me a lot of money to compete, and I would like to make enough money to pay for that so that it doesn't impact our budget. I don't need YouTube, though. I work construction full-time, and I make enough money to support my family. So that's something. There's other ways that I can raise funds to compete. We did a GoFundMe. A lot of lifters will help each other out. Like, you know, if we know we're competing and we know we have to travel out of state, we'll set up GoFundMes, and most of us will donate to each other, so the money kind of goes in circles. And, you know, things of that nature. And usually, like, you know, what it comes down to is, like, if I'm going to drive across country like I did for Worlds, you get in the car, it's a few $100 for gas to get from Vegas to Louisiana. Or yeah, it was on the panhandle of Florida, so right there. Yes, no, that was Alabama. Whatever. You know, you need gas to get there. And then there was the hotel was already paid for, so we needed food money, incidentals. So I wound up spending like $900, and that's about what I raised in my GoFundMe. So it was perfect. It paid for all that. Awesome. The rest came out of my pocket. And then the next time my buddy set up a GoFundMe, I donated to his and then helped promote it. You know, we give what we can, and then we kind of like help each other out. So, but it would be cool if YouTube paid me enough money to cover that. That would be pretty sweet. I don't know. It just seems like everybody gets online, they get a little bit of success, and then they immediately sell out because it becomes about the money. And I've been making these stupid videos for the last 4 years with no expectations of anybody watching them. Except for the few people that had been following me, and I've been really enjoying it. It's been an awesome outlet for me. Now it seems like my channel's taken off, and it'd be really easy to put the cart before the bull. You know what I'm saying? Like, you start thinking. But after watching those videos this morning, Wes Watson, you know, I started looking at other channels. I started looking at Greg Doucette's. I started looking at Dr. Mike Israetel's. He's selling his Renaissance periodization program, which I actually endorse. I think that's an awesome app, and there's a lot of value to it. But you know, essentially, you know, it's everything's a business. You know, you're the customer. Everybody's trying to sell you something, including me. You know, even if it's just your time, it's still a cost. It costs you your time to watch my silly videos. That being said, it's like, the one thing I hope is, you know, I want to keep things real. I want to keep things personal. All I want is to cultivate a healthy lifting community and get as many people under the barbell as possible, because it changed my life, and I think it could change yours. That's really it. You know, I got to a point in life where I gave up, and then I was given a second chance, and I got physically healthy, and it's been awesome. It's been a huge plus benefit to my life. There are lots of negatives. I've been injured a few times. There's time management where it's interfered and impacted severely my family life, if you will. So there's downsides to it too, but it has been a net positive for the most part. And I think that, I don't know, I think every man owes it to himself to get strong. You know, at least explore that side of it. Like, if you're not strong, get strong. If you're not healthy, get healthy. And then, of course, what do? We help each other get healthy. If you're struggling from injuries, we have resources. We can attack that. It's for most people, they just don't know where to start. Is that something I should be trying to take financial advantage of? I don't feel right doing that. No, but at the same time, you know, any donations you throw me, I'm not going to turn down either. But no, there's no strings attached. It just bothers me. It just bothers me how much these greedy bastards are just really, really trying to wring every penny out of their following that they can, and they have no morals, and they're just totally scrupulous. And it just really bothers me, and I just had to make this rant. Anyway, I got to get in here and get her prescriptions and get them home to her, because she's at home suffering, and I've already gone 10 minutes past where I wanted to. So, I love you guys. I'll see you on the battlefield.